Am I the astronaut for telling my friend not to come if she's bringing her kid? One of my nearly 30 friends put together a get-together at a restaurant for my birthday. Time out. Somebody who says nearly 30 is like not, a lot of people, 30 is like the people never want to say they're 30. Most people would be like 29. I'm 29, but this person's like nearly 30. So I think it says something. The place has a bar where we're going to be hanging out. The plan was to get a bit tipsy and order appetizers. My husband and I have a 3-year-old, but we're hiring a babysitter for the night. We rented out a private room with a bar. My other friend, Missy, has a 5-year-old daughter. She mentioned she was going to bring her. I offered to pay my babysitter extra to watch her daughter. Missy said no because her daughter is in daycare all day and she doesn't want her to have to then be with a sitter. I said, I understand, but I don't think it's appropriate for her to come. 1, I know our group. We're going to get rowdy and I don't want to censor myself. 2, Missy's daughter is like a lot of 5-year-olds. She doesn't sit still and wants to run all over the place. Missy admits she doesn't bring her out to restaurants much because she doesn't know how to act. But I also know Missy and will just sort of let her as she's very permissive. Okay. I spoke to my friend who put it together and said, I don't want any kids there. There's a reason I got a sitter for my own kid. That friend agreed and told Missy not to bring her daughter. Missy has now thrown a fit and says she's not coming. I said, I completely understand. There are events I have missed because I don't want to leave my daughter, and the group understands as we all have kids. I told Missy I'd be glad to have a play date or lunch another time with our kids so we can still hang out. I told Missy I can't stop her from coming to the restaurant, but we absolutely will not allow her to come into the private room. She's very hurt that we're excluding her. Am I the astronaut for not wanting a kid at my party and telling my friend she can't come if she brings her? Also, it's relevant. Missy didn't pay for the rented room. 2 of my other friends did as a gift to me. So it's not as if I'm telling her she can't come to something she paid for. No, you are not the asshole for this. Also, your friend's response here, Missy's response of I am so hurt. You all are excluding me. Also, I have no plans of telling my daughter to sit still. She's got the I'll just take my ball and go home kind of mentality. So you kind of get where a lot of the 5-year-old's behavior comes from, right? This is not you excluding anybody. This is you making a general rule. This is an adult party. There's not going to be anybody there to watch kids. So either Missy's going to come, she's going to do a good job of parenting her child, and she's going to be sitting there and be the only sober person amongst a group full of drunks, and nobody has fun being that person, or she doesn't come. Or she takes you up on your offer and lets your sitter watch her. I understand. So this is guilt. She's letting guilt drive the boat right now, and that, as a parent, I understand when that happens. She doesn't want to be away from her daughter, but she can't do both things. She can't be like there having quality time with her daughter and having quality time with you and your friends at the party. She can't feasibly do both of those things anyway. So she'd be doing neither. It would be non-quality time that her daughter isn't gaining anything by going to this party. She wouldn't be gaining anything by the quality time that she'd be having with her daughter or the time that she'd be having with you or your friends, because one eye would be on her kid, maybe. She'd gain nothing by trying to do both. So it's either she chooses one or the other, and you chose for her because she couldn't be adult enough to be like, yeah, I understand what you mean. Now, the one thing that I think might have been a bit unnecessary in here is when you said, I can't prevent you from coming to the restaurant, but I absolutely will not allow you in the room. That was a little harsh, unless that was a rebuttal to her saying, well, what if I just show up with my kid? If she said some shit like that, yeah, absolutely. Somebody's going to be the appointed bouncer who's not going to let the kid in. But this is your party. It's a kid-free party. That's the bottom line. She can be shitty about it all she wants. She can think that you were targeting her all she wants. And if that's how she wants to behave, childish, then she can just stay home and not have a choice to come. Or, she could grow the up and say, you know what? I understand. I get it. I'm not going to have a good time if I bring my kid there anyway, and everyone else is going to have less of a good time because they're going to be trying to help me keep an eye on my kid or being careful or whatever. And yeah, I should just let your sitter watch her. Thank you for that generous offer. Let's go party and have fun. But instead, she decided to drop trow and take a big shit on everything. Because if she couldn't be there to ruin the party, by God, she was going to try to shit on it and ruin it beforehand. It's one heck of a friend. This Missy kind of seems like one of the people who, and I know you know who we're talking about, There are people who will bring their kids to functions and immediately, as soon as they walk in the door, like check out as a parent and just assume that everybody else, the village, is going to watch their kids for them. Don't be that person. Nobody wants to go to an event so that they can be the parents to your child. Like, they may play with your kid, they may have fun with your kid, they may entertain them, but you're still the parent. You're still the one that has to be there to parent them. There are a lot of people who will just be like, good. I like to go to things so I don't have to be a parent for a while. It's not how it works. And that's why you stop getting invited to things.